Hey Android fans, this is Eric with hollywoodfrodo.com with another Android app review. Today I'm going to be talking about Hybrid Stopwatch. I don't know if you're like me, probably most people aren't. I would guess that most people, if they need an app to do a certain thing, they go to the market, they put in the search for what they're looking for, an app comes up, as long as it has decent reviews, they download it, and that's that. I, however, don't stop there. I will find an app that does what I want, but then I'll keep looking, because maybe there's an app that does it better. And if I find another one, I'll try it out, but I'll keep looking, because I always want to find the best app possible to do whatever it is I want to do. And so that's how I found Hybrid Stopwatch. I needed a timer, and I started looking on the market, and there are a lot of timers, a lot of other timers that are good timers, but none that appeal to me as much as this one. It's called Hybrid Stopwatch because, as you'll see, it has both digital and analog, and the analog interface, the look of it is really cool, and that's, I think, what won me over. Also has a lot of very simple but cool features to allow you to customize some things. So anyway, let's jump on my phone and I will show you how it works and why I picked it as my favorite stopwatch and timer. As you can see, I have Hybrid Stopwatch right here. So I'm going to click on that icon and open it up. And here is Hybrid Stopwatch. Now, one thing you will notice probably right away is that there is a banner ad at the top. Hybrid Stopwatch is a free app in the market, but it is ad supported. Unfortunately, right now there's not a paid version. Apparently the developer lives in a country that Google does not yet support as far as receiving payments. So it is strictly ad supported. That might change in the future. Hopefully it will, because it's definitely an app that I would pay $1 or $2 in order to remove the ads. But the ads don't really get in the way of the function of the app, which is what's most important. As you can see right now, I've got a blue theme going on, but that can be changed. I'll show you in a second. You have various colors. You have your digital timer up at the top here, and then you have your analog timer. If you hit sit, that allows you to set the timer if you're doing a countdown timer. So I'll do 2 minutes and just let it go so I can show you some of the features. When you're ready to start it, of course you hit the start button and it starts counting down. As you can see, you have the second hand, which counts down around the clock. Then inside you have this blue bar. The blue bar is counting down the entire time. So since I am doing a 2-minute countdown, it's telling you how much you have left of those 2 minutes. Very similar to a sand dial. It's not a sand dial, but a sand timer. Hourglass is what I'm thinking of. Very similar to an hourglass. As the blue disappears, you know you have less and less time left. You also have, if you can see it up here, a tiny little hand with a red dot on the end of it that is also slowly moving towards the end time, and it moves based on minutes. So that's what I like about this stopwatch, plain and simple, is just what you see here, this interface. I love the way it looks. It's very clean, it looks cool, very functional, and has all these various features that are good for different things. One thing I like about it, I'll show you this real quick, is that even if you go, if you browse off of here and you go to your home screen and say you're messing with other things, it's still going in the background. You can see the little icon it puts up in the top to let you know it's still going, it's still counting down. And when you go back to it, it's still going. So it works great. I have it set right now so that when it gets to the end of the timer, it plays a ringtone of my choice, an MP3 ringtone. Song that I thought was appropriate for a countdown timer. Now, if you hit the menu button, you can change it from timer to stopwatch. So we'll change it to stopwatch, and obviously a stopwatch just counts forward. If you need to stop it, you hit the stop button. You need to reset it, you reset it, and it goes back. If you're trying to keep track of laps, you can do so with the lap button here. So that's lap 1. This person's running really fast. That's lap 2. This person's running really fast. Lap 3. And then if you go to lap list, you'll see the times for each lap. You can also send laps either through email or you can save them to your SD card. So if you're keeping records of something like that. Let's go into preferences and I'll show you some of the other things you can mess with. Actually, first let me go to timer and just show you how that works. It's pretty cool. You can just, you know, if you're doing 1 minute, 2 minutes, 10 minutes, if you're using this for when you're cooking or playing a game or something, that's pretty easy to do. But if you want to put in a specific time, if you just tap inside there and you can just use your keypad. 5 minutes and 2 seconds. And then when you start, it starts counting down the 5 minutes and 2 seconds. And you can see now, because it's 5 minutes, that inner blue is moving much slower because it's making its way around here. It's going to take the whole 5 minutes to get all the way around to the beginning. So let's go into the menu, into preferences. And I'll show you the various settings. Keep screen on, so prevent your phone from sleeping while it's running. Screen light intensity, you can have the screen dim if you want it to be dim while it's running. Sound on, so if you're, this is of course if you are using the countdown timer, you can turn the sound off if you don't want it. Vibrate, you can have vibrate on or off for the timer. Use phone ringtone, so it's checked in order to pick the MP3 ringtone that I wanted to use, but you can choose to just use the built-in one, which is a sort of a typical alarm sound. Audio output, you can choose the channel you want the audio to be output through when you reach the end, the ringtone, media, or alarm channel on your phone. And then the alarm duration, you can choose how long you want that alarm to go for. 5 seconds, 15 seconds, all the way up to 30 minutes. Can't imagine somebody needing an alarm to go off at 30 minutes, but you never know. Vibration feedback, if you want haptic feedback on just button presses. You can also set it so that you can use your volume up for start and stop and volume down for lap reset. I don't really use that, but I'm going to check it, and that way when we go back into it, I'll show you how that works. Hands animation, should I animate hands on reset? That's all it does is when you reset, you saw how my hand kind of swung around back to the beginning. So that's what that's for. It's a cool feature, so I don't see any reason to turn it off. Lap on stop. So if you're counting laps, you'll notice when I was counting laps before, each time I pressed lap, it registered a lap. When I pressed stop, it didn't register a lap. But you could set it so that it does do that. And then you can have it so that it doesn't show milliseconds in the digital section if you don't want milliseconds to be shown. But I do. Here are the color themes you have to choose from: orange, blue, green, and pink. I don't know how he decided which colors to include or not to include. I guess one thing they could do to maybe make it a little bit better is allow you to pick any color. Either have more colors or have a color picker. But I think these pretty much cover. Most people are going to be happy with one of these. I had been using orange for a long time and decided to switch to blue. But you can choose any. Let's go back to orange and we'll see how that looks. Orange looks as much red, looks more red to me. It's like a very reddish orange. Not really a true orange, but so if you're a red fan, you'll probably be happy with orange. So now that we have the volume control set to go, as you'll see, when I hit that, it starts and it stops. And hit that, the down button, resets. Now as you can hear, even though the volume is controlling the timer right now, it's still playing the volume change tones that your phone, or at least my phone, plays whenever I'm voluming up or down. So anyway, that's not really a feature that I personally use, so I'm gonna change that back real quick because I am perfectly happy just using the layout on the phone. Anyway, that's pretty much it for Hybrid Stopwatch. As you can see, it works really great and does a good job of either timing you or counting down as a timer to a preset amount. So that is Hybrid Stopwatch, which in my opinion is the best all-around stopwatch and timer. And it's very simple. I think the analog graphics are really cool, really great. I tried about half a dozen stopwatch timers on the market before I really settled on this one as being the best for my purposes. And maybe you'll like it too. You can download it for free in the market because it is ad supported. So it won't hurt to check it out, and hopefully you'll find a lot of uses for it as well. Well, this is Eric, as always, with hollywoodfrodo.com's Android app reviews. If you like my reviews, please subscribe to my channel so you can be notified when new ones come out. You can also always see all my reviews on my website at hollywoodfrodo.com. If you have any questions or comments, feel free to leave them below. And until next time, this is Eric reminding you that your Android phone is only as good as you make it. Have a great day.